Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Jorge Juan Villadicarlo Sanchez, but you can call me Johnny. Tonight, we are coming to you from beautiful Jerusalem.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Yes.
All right, well, let's say our memory verse together. It is Psalm 32:5. I acknowledge my sin to you, and I did not cover my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the iniquity of my sin.
Oh, believe me, I know what sin is.
You do? It's good that you know what sin means. So, what does it mean?
Well, sin is when you choose to go against what God says is right, or when you don't do something He tells you to do. You can do sinful actions, or you can think sinfully.
Yes, sin is another complex word because it kind of changes according to the situation you're in, but it always means something bad.
Can I ask you, Word, what are iniquity and transgressions?
Both these words are talking about breaking the law. Transgressions and iniquities are the actions that you did to break God's laws. You broke the law, now you must pay for it. The iniquity of my sin is talking about what you owe because of doing what was wrong.
Kind of like if you steal, you go to jail.
That's right. Now, let's bring Kat and Avis in for our question of the week.
Yes, where are they at?
Come on in, guys.
Come on, guys.
Greetings.
Woo-hoo. Let's go over that question 5 again.
Sounds good to me. Let's review our questions. Say them with us. What does every sin deserve?
The wrath and curse of God.
Can anyone go to heaven with the sinful nature?
No. Our hearts must be changed before we can be fit for heaven.
What is a change of heart called?
Regeneration.
And who can change a sinner's heart?
Holy Spirit alone.
And can anyone be saved through the covenant of works?
None can be saved through the covenant of works.
This means that you can't do anything to save yourself.
That's our question for today. And now it's time for
Theo and Elly.
Hello, Bible Adventurers!
Hey, Doc.
Hi, so are we going back to see Jonah again?
Of course! You were just getting started with this story.
But Jonah was thrown overboard. Can't we skip ahead to the end?
And miss the big fish? No way.
Fine. Doc, set the time for when Jonah was thrown overboard.
I'm ready, but you're gonna need to gear up.
Hey, wait a minute. Is this scuba gear?
You're gonna need it.
All I see is water.
You're in the sea, Theo. Now, where is that fish? Oh, there it is. If we swim next to the fish,
We'll get eaten too.
No, I was going to say that we might be able to hear Jonah.
He's in a fish by himself. What are we going to hear?
Jonah's prayer.
Oh, so he prays when he's in the fish.
Yes, that's probably why Doc sent us this time. Otherwise, it's just Jonah and a fish for 3 days.
Yeah, not very exciting.
Wait, I think I can hear him.
I called to the Lord in my distress, and he answered me. I cried out for help from deep inside Sheol. You heard my voice.
What shoal? Is that the name of the fish?
No, that's not the name of the fish. Sometimes the Bible uses the grave instead of the word Sheol. It is the place where souls went after you die.
So Jonah is thanking God that he was saved from being in the grave or dead?
Yes, just like Psalm 86:13. For great is your steadfast love towards me. You have delivered my soul from the depths of Sheol.
When you threw me into the depths, into the heart of the seas, their current overcame me. All your breakers and your billows swept over me.
I thought the sailors threw Jonah into the sea.
They did, but why did they do it? Because God caused the storm to hit the ship, which caused the sailors to cast lots to see whose fault it was.
Yeah, it was Jonah.
Right, and God wasn't going to stop the storm unless Jonah stopped running.
I see. So God threw him into the sea by using the storm and the sailors.
And I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look once more toward the holy temple.
What is he talking about here?
Jonah is talking about what he was thinking when he began to sink under the water.
So, as he is in the water going under, he feels that God has banished him?
Exactly. He feels that God has given him exactly what he wanted. Remember that Jonah was running from God's presence. Now Jonah has what he wanted.
But what's that stuff about the temple?
Well, Jonah is remembering the prayer of Solomon.
Well, that's the guy who built the temple, right?
Yes, after Solomon built the temple, he prayed, "Listen to the plea of your servant and of your people Israel when they pray towards this place. And listen in heaven, your dwelling place. And when you hear, forgive."
So Jonah prayed for forgiveness, and that's why the fish came?
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
The water engulfed me up to my neck. The watery depths overcame me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head, and I sank to the foundations of the mountains. The earth's gates shut behind me forever.
I understand this part. He's talking about how he is sinking under the water all the way to the bottom.
That was an easy part.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that an octopus?
No, it's a squid.
Oh,
Then you raised my life from the pit, Lord my God.
The pit is another name for the grave, just like Sheol.
I was just about to ask that. It doesn't sound like a place you want to go to.
As my life was fading away, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came to you, to your holy temple.
As Jonah was dying, he prayed so loud you could hear his prayer in the temple in Jerusalem.
No, silly. Though that would be pretty cool.
Well, he said his prayer went to God's holy temple.
What Jonah is saying is that his prayers went to heaven. God's holy temple that he's referring to is in heaven. The one in Jerusalem was just a copy of the real holy temple.
Okay, that makes sense. God heard his prayers.
Yes, and the fish was the answer.
Those who cherish worthless idols abandon their faithful love. But as for me, I will sacrifice to you with a voice of thanksgiving. I will fulfill what I have vowed. Salvation belongs to the Lord.
That's the end of his prayer. We should head back up to the time machine.
Yeah, it'll be a couple days before Jonah gets out of his fish.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome back! You survived the depths of the sea.
Yeah, it turned out to be pretty cool.
And we got to hear Jonah's prayer.
Yes, Jonah remembered the promises of God. And when Jonah called for help, God answered.
Though I wonder if being in a fish for 3 days was what he was thinking.
Huh, probably not. But God often answers our prayers, not in the way we want Him to, but in the way we need Him to. So, will I see you next week for the next part of Jonah's story?
We'll be here.
We'll see you later, Doc.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.